Hello, my darling. Welcome to High Vibe Honey for the week of the 3rd of June, 2019. I'm your host, Gala Darling, and before we get into our cards of the week and our tapping of the week, I wanted to tell you about what I teased out last week, which was to put June 26th on your calendar if you're in LA or if you can get to LA. Now, the reason for that is because on the 26th of June, I am doing a live tapping event called Tap Into Money, and it is halfway sold out already. So I wanted to tell you straight away. So if you want to come, you can join us. The tickets have been selling really, really quickly. So if you'd like to join us, please don't delay. This is going to be an amazing night of working through the blocks we have around money, around not being able to ask for more, around feeling greedy, around feeling comfortable having more money, around slipping into a new persona as a wealthy babe. And this is going to rock your fucking socks. If you've never tapped in a group before, this will completely blow your mind. Nothing feels better. The amount of energy that gets raised is absolutely wild. And if you think you feel good after tapping by yourself, wait until you do it in a room with 50 other women. It will just be the best experience. And here is the second exciting announcement. So you may recall that last week I said this. By the way, if any of you have a connection at Perrier, I think it's time that we let them know what's going on here every week so that we can get some sponsorship. Anyway, drink some water and we will start tapping. Well, I have to send my eternal love and thanks to all of you who emailed Perrier, commented on their Instagram, sent them messages, because this week they sponsored me. Yes! And even better than that, they are sending cases of Perrier to our Tap Into Money event. So Perrier will be the refreshment of choice at our event, and there will be a very cute hydration station set up for you. I'm so excited, and I also wanted to show you, this is how quickly things can manifest once you put them out there. I literally said that last Sunday. It took less than a week. I had that conversation with them on Thursday. It took 4 days. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Now, this week's tapping session is all around feeling a deep sense of gratitude, which is going to be absolutely fantastic and will really help you anytime you're struggling with feeling like there's not enough in your life, feeling that sense of lack and scarcity and worrying about where things are going to come from. So that's going to be amazing. So stay tuned for that. And let's look at these cards. So this week we are using another new deck of cards. This was gifted to me by my beautiful friend Natalia Benson, and I was on her podcast this week actually, and we talked all about money and magical mornings and how to be abundant and how to feel really good, and you should definitely check that out. I'll put the link in the information below. But these cards are called soul cards, and I saw them in her house and I was like, wow, these are beautiful. And she said, yeah, do you want them? I don't really connect with them. And I absolutely love these cards. I think they're so beautiful. I'm really obsessed with them. So thank you so much, Natalia, for giving us these. And the reading that we got off these cards is really potent. I love it a lot. So here's what we started with. The first card that came up was the Ace of Wands. Now, the Ace of Wands is like Nike's slogan. The Ace of Wands is like Nike's Just Do It campaign from the 90s. The Ace of Wands is about having a lot of energy, a lot of inspiration, and wands are fire. They are about getting things done. If you know any Aries or Sagittarius, for example, you know that they get things done. They are not waiting around for other people to get things started. They do it themselves. And that's what the Ace of Wands is all about. It's like the very beginnings, like I always say, aces are little seedlings. They're little seedlings of possibility. This is the seedling of possibility around getting things done. And I know that for weeks now, we've been talking about doing these really special projects that are important to us, that are about our legacy. Like, what are we really leaving behind? And I know that sounds really heavy, but it's true. And some of us think like, oh, legacy, maybe my legacy is my children, or maybe I'll think about my legacy when I'm 50. But why don't you think about it now? Why don't you ask yourself, what do I really want to be known for? What is it that I want to be connected to my name forever? And what can I do about that today? Because we're not guaranteed tomorrow. And I know that's such a cheesy thing to say, but it is so true. We are really not guaranteed anything more than this moment right now. So I want you to think about, what can I start this week that is going to build towards my legacy, that is going to get me to where I want to go, that is going to elevate me to the place where I want to be. Not just marking items off the to-do list. I say this all the time. This is about having a grander vision for what you want to do and then putting your energy there consistently. Now, the other cool thing about the Ace of Wands, if you are single, like me, it says that there could be new love on the horizon and that this love will be a beautiful whirlwind. It'll happen fast and it'll feel really good. So, hey, I'll keep you posted if that works for me. If it works for you, I would love to hear about it. Now, card number 2 is the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is actually often a card about having a lack of gratitude. It's about waking up one day and being like, ugh. Sometimes you have that situation, right? You go to sleep thinking about what's not working, and you wake up and you kind of scan the horizon in your brain, and then you're like, oh yeah, I don't have that thing that I want. And then you think about it all day and feel really shitty. I actually had a day like this yesterday, and what I did after about maybe 30 minutes of thinking about it, wallowing in it, staring out the window, thinking about it, I was like, Gala, you have to tap on this. You have to just tap on it. So I did. I tapped on it for about 20 minutes, and then I slept for 2 hours. And I woke up with a completely different mindset. I woke up with a completely different attitude to this issue, which felt amazing. And, tapping is really great like that. It helps us shift the feelings that we're having when they're feelings we don't want to be having, or when we want to clear the emotional baggage so we can approach something with a new point of view, a new perspective. So that's what the Four of Wands is encouraging us to do. It's encouraging us to look at those things where we're like, it's not enough, or I don't like this, or I wish this was different. And then it says you have the power to change this. This is something that you can transform on your own easily. And you all know by now that tapping is the best way to do that. So that this card really is the reason why I decided our tapping this week should be around gratitude, because feeling a lack of it is so painful. And I want us to just get in that jazzy, yes, baby, motherfucker, awesome gratitude place. Now, the other thing about the Four of Cups is that sometimes it's about feeling disappointed about what hasn't worked in the past, or having a fear around what hasn't worked in the past, and then thinking like, well, it didn't work then, why would it work now? So again, if you can use that as the center of the tapping, if you can tap around like, even though I'm disappointed this didn't work out, even though I'm afraid it won't work in the future, etc., and just free associate around that topic, you will get so much traction. You'll really clear that up, and it will feel so good. You'll feel really empowered, and you'll be able to make different choices. Our third card of the week is the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is about trusting your inner voice and really believing in yourself and listening to what is coming through. So in your meditation, you might be having things come to you. In your dreams, you might be having things come to you. And I really think of the High Priestess as like the 12th house in astrology. It's kind of all that subconscious stuff that lurks in the background. So I also think when the High Priestess comes up, it's a good time to tap into your subconscious, whether by tapping, by using hypnosis, or by really using dream work. And when I say dream work, what I mean by that is I like to, when I do dream work, I like to set an intention before I go to sleep and keep a notebook next to me. So when I wake up, I write it down as soon as I open my eyes. Because you know how it is with dreams, the longer you're awake, that they just dissipate, they just scatter away. So this is a really powerful thing to do if there are things you're not sure of in your life, if you want guidance, if you're looking for more information. Ask yourself a question before you go to sleep or have a nap and see what comes up. And this is actually the way that my name came to me. For years, I knew that I wanted to change my name. And one day I said, I just want this name to come to me. I don't want to look through a book of baby names. I just want a name to come to me. I took a nap and my name, Gala Lumia Darling, was written in a cloud. I woke up, I wrote it down on a piece of paper, and I changed it like that week. So there you go. It works for me. Your mileage may vary, but I think you will get really surprisingly good results from this, especially considering the High Priestess has come up this week. It's really the go sign for anything relating to the subconscious or dream work. And then I looked at the card that was on the bottom of the deck, which is a way of kind of getting an overall sense of like what's going on with a reading. This is just a really easy thing you can do. Just look at the card that's on the bottom. If you're pulling cards off the top, look at the card on the bottom. And the card that was on the bottom was the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is a great card to come up because it tells us that things are always in motion, things are always changing, and that your luck is always changing too. So if you're in a place where you're stressed out or something is not the way you want it to be, this card says that the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. It also reminds us to have faith. Have faith in what it is that you're manifesting. Have faith in what it is that you want. Have faith that you can have these things that you dream about, that you speak about, that you envision. And I wrote about this in the most recent chapter of Radical Radiance, which went out on Saturday, which was about someone asked whether I believe that there are tests from the universe, that whether the universe tests us. And I don't think the universe tests us, but I do think that it is constantly giving us an invitation to prove that we believe what we say we believe. Because it's really easy to have faith in the universe when everything's working. But when things are hard, or when things aren't working out the way you want them to, or when you're hitting roadblocks or obstacles, it's really easy to give up the ghost, to throw a tantrum, to be like, fuck this, it doesn't work, to get surly, to really like just let go of what we truly believe, because we're so afraid that if we believe, we're going to be disappointed. So this card tells us that we have to have faith. We have to continue believing even when times are tough. That is what it is all about. I know that it's sometimes really challenging to keep believing when you've had bad experiences, when you've been let down, when you've been disappointed, when you've been betrayed. I understand that completely, but we have to continue to have faith. It will carry us through. And the Wheel of Fortune also says to be open to new experiences. So if the way that you have been doing things has not been historically working for you, maybe it's time to do something different. It's not rocket science, but a lot of us keep doing the same thing and then wondering, why isn't this working? Well, maybe your technique doesn't work. Maybe you need to try something else. Maybe you need to go to a different location or talk to a different person about this. I was thinking about this today actually as I was doing my makeup, about how I'd been talking to a friend of mine about a way that I wanted to develop my business, and literally in that conversation she was like, oh, I can help you with that, and we've just made all these decisions and these plans to up-level things, which I'm very excited to share with you. But it's so important that we talk to the right person about the issues that we're having. Because if you don't talk to the right person, you're just complaining or just flapping your gums. When really, if you have an issue or something you want to solve, it's so important that you talk to the right people about it. People who can help you solve the problem, or people who can refer you to someone who can help the problem, or just people who will help you see things from a different perspective, potentially. So yes, like I said, be open to new experiences, and also like ask yourself, am I putting my energy in the right places? Am I talking to the right people about these problems? Or am I kind of just complaining to people who have no power over the situation, who can't change anything, who can't do anything? So for this week's tapping, we are getting really deep on the gratitude tip, which is going to feel so good. And this is a great one to start or end your day with because it'll really set you up for either a really powerful day or really good dreams and a great wake up. So we're going to start by tapping on the top of the head. And if you've never tapped with me before, just follow the points and repeat after me. And as always, make sure you are well hydrated before we begin. I obviously suggest Perrier. Ding! But totally up to you. Seriously, the amount of people who email me or DM me or send me photos of them with their Perrier is so funny. It makes me really happy. It's so weird that this thing that I discovered I love, now you have all discovered you love, which is really great. So I hope that you're enjoying it. And I have to say, here's my Perrier tip. I don't like drinking it out of a glass. I have to drink it out of the glass bottle. That's it. That's it. If you pour it into a glass, it tastes completely different, which I'm not about. You have to drink it out of the bottle. When my friends come over, I always have a fridge stacked with huge bottles of it. When I have friends come over and they want Perrier, I give them their own bottle, like a huge, almost like 2-liter kind of bottle, because that's just how we fucking roll over here. All right, so tapping on gratitude. Let's start on the top of the head. This is gonna feel so good. I'm really excited to do it. Okay. Even though my life isn't perfect, I am deeply grateful for it. Even though there are things that I might want to change, or ways it could be improved, or changes that could definitely be made, I am so deeply grateful for my life. Sometimes I get stuck on thinking there's not enough. Or I start to feel convinced that if I had this, then I'd be happy. But that's not the way that happiness works. If I can remember that I don't need anything in order to be happy, then I can let go of needing to have this or that. And when I let go of my feeling of need and sink deeply into feeling so good about my life, then those things that I want will flow to me effortlessly. But I need to remember that I have everything I need first. You don't feel happy after you get what you want. Instead, when you feel happy, you get what you want. And I'm going to endeavor to remember that today. I'm going to remind myself that my life is so beautiful. And when I feel a sense of doubt about that, when I think that there's not enough, I'm going to remember all that there is to be grateful for. The food in my fridge, the air I can breathe, the last time I went to the beach, the colors of a beautiful sunset, listening to my favorite music, laughing with my friends, the amazing array of different types of flowers, the books that have kept me company, the art that makes my eyeballs sing out with joy, my favorite color, and so much more. This doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of all the things that I am deeply grateful for. My life is blessed as fuck. And I am so grateful for it. I wouldn't want to trade it with anyone else. My life is absolutely amazing right now. So even though sometimes I don't appreciate all that I have, I love myself regardless. I forgive myself for forgetting how good I have it. And I accept myself and my life right now. Because it really is such a beautiful existence. And I am so glad to be here. Okay, deep breath in, hold it at the top, and let it go. That was amazing, and I hope that that has made you feel really calm, really joyful, and helps you to see your life with brighter colors, because you are so lucky. Even just to be watching this, that tells me so much about where you are in life, and I know that you are in such a good place, and you are so fortunate, and you have so many opportunities and so much potential. There's nothing that you cannot do. I believe that you have the power to do anything that you want to do, and I will be cheering you along the whole way. I want to see you rise. I want to see all of us rise. And when we feel gratitude, when we appreciate our lives as they are, when we really understand that we are so fucking lucky, then that works as momentum that helps fuel us to create more, to do more, to push boundaries, and to get bigger and brighter and bolder all the time. So your homework for the week is to leave a gratitude comment. Tell us what you're grateful for. We want to hear it. Like as many other people's comments as you can. Reply to them. Tell them they're doing a great job. Their lives are beautiful. Pour a whole lot of love on their comments. And then if you can come to LA at the end of June, come to Tap Into Money, buy your tickets. The link is below. Like I said, they are going so fast. So please don't delay. This is going to be a magnificent night. The venue is like this beautiful pink cave. There's going to be a selfie station, hydration. You're going to meet the best people. You're going to meet me. We're going to hug. We're going to take photos. You're going to have such a good time. And you're going to walk away from Tap Into Money feeling really empowered about your financial situation. You're going to feel empowered to ask for more. You're going to feel like you deserve more. And it's going to change the way that you behave in your life completely. You will be amazed by the results that you get from coming to this tapping session and doing it live with us. So I can't wait to see you there. And I will be back next week for another High Vibe Honey. Lots of love.